Hey guys, what's up? So, we're doing a video thingy again, which means I have something interesting to talk about. So, uh, today the idea or notion of a prestige system for Runescape was announced, and I can already see by looking on the forums and comments and all kinds of stuff like that, there's a lot of negative feedback towards it. So I thought I'd make a little thingy about how I feel about this system. So, if you don't know what the prestige system is, I'm not going to go into it in detail because you could just go on the website and read about it. But pretty much, it has to do with when you get to 99, you can reset your prestige and then get to 99 again. And then there'd be like a high scores and stuff for that too. So you can re-get 99s repeatedly, which I think is kind of a cool idea. So, sorry, that's probably kind of noisy, but I need to fix this. Hair's kind of messed up. Whatever. So, I think that this, or my personal opinion is that this is a cool update. There's a lot of hate on it, though. I have to admit, I've been reading around on the forums and stuff, so I'm going to discuss some pros and cons, kind of like I had before. Got myself a little notepad here. So first of all, I think one cool thing is that as a higher level player, you really don't know that much about the lower end, like training methods and items and stuff. I know I don't. I haven't used a lot of them, or a lot of the new methods that are used to train. So it'd be cool to learn about some of the lower level stuff. I think that would be fun. One point that was brought up is that only top level items have a lot of value, and the lower level items have essentially zero value, except for the fact that there's alchemy, which keeps it at a about as low as it can get. And I think that's true. I obviously don't think lower end items should be really expensive, but they should definitely, I think, be worth more than what they are. So I think this will, bring the demand of those up a little bit. And it's cool because it'll require people to buy the lower end resources, which will bring them up, which means if people want to, farm for some of the lower end resources, they can, and they can make some money, which I think is fantastic. The other cool thing is it can build motivation for people to get a high rank, because it'll give a new high score table and give some other people the opportunity to get high up on the high scores, which is pretty much impossible right now. Not impossible, but definitely hard because of where people are at now, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, they've obviously worked for that, but I think this will give people the opportunity to look at some cool new stuff. And I'll talk about the other end of this too. I do have a cons section too, so stay tuned. I also like the idea of this populating lower level areas of the game. There's a lot of very dead areas in the game, and that's because most of the players are higher leveled and they don't go to those lower level places because you don't really have to spend much time there. And I think this will repopulate some of those areas, and I think one cool thing that it'll do is maybe introduce some new players, because I know when I play a game, I like there to be other players to play with. And right now, if you just start, you're just kind of by yourself in the starting area, which is kind of lonely and depressing. So if there's some new people there, or if there are people there, and they'll be more experienced too, you can talk to them and learn more about the game, and hopefully that'll motivate people to play more. And there is still going to be the normal high scores that tracks your total XP and level and stuff like that. So I think that's very important, because you wouldn't want to devalue players who have obviously worked very hard to get where they are now. Now we're going to move on to some of the cons. One of those is that it devalues the 200 mil achievements, and I do suppose that is true to some level. And once again, I've mentioned this in previous videos. This is I'm kind of biased on this because, well, everyone's biased in one way or another, but I don't really have any really high XP stats, so it's hard for me to understand where people come from with this, but I'm still going to state my opinion on it. But yeah, so devaluing 200 mils. While I do believe this is true because there'll be a new high scores, which I suppose could become more important than the old one, although I don't completely agree with that. I still think that since the other high scores will still be there, that's still going to be prestigious, and you're still going to be a high rank. It's just the prestige is something else that's out there for other players to participate in. And I think it's good because, I mean, it's boring if it's the same people on top all the time, and you'll still be on top in that sense, but it'll give new people to be on top, or the opportunity to be on top in a different way, and I think that's cool. And a lot of this information, I've been looking around on the forums, so a lot of these aren't my original ideas, obviously, but I'm just talking about them, just so you know. One thing I saw on the forums is that it would encourage unhealthy grinding of the game, like playing too much. And my only comment on that is that already takes place. I think people already play this game a lot, including myself, and sometimes an unhealthy amount. And while it could encourage it more, which I suppose it would, I still feel like it's already happening, and it's going to be about the same. I liked this one. Someone said that it's just another way for Jagex to enslave higher level players, and I would completely agree. Trying to keep us around. I would agree. Now, one thing about this that I didn't like is the overwhelming negative feedback. So much hate. And what annoys me about that is that it's, I made a mistake there. It's not negative feedback. It's just destructive criticism. It's just saying, this sucks. You don't even give an idea of how to make it better. So I think it's important to understand that this isn't going to be out for, I think they said like a month, and since it's Jagex, it's probably going to be 2 months, that they want suggestions, and they want ideas of how they could make this better. So how about instead of just hating on it, you give some ideas, since it looks like this is going to happen. I think we all know from past experiences that even if every single one of us says we don't want it to happen, it's still going to happen. So let's just deal with it. One cool suggestion that I saw, I don't remember who it was, but they suggested that why don't we just give some new life to the seasonal high scores? Because right now it's just like random stuff like killing goblins and solo Zilliana kills. I mean, I think it should be some skill high scores too. And I saw that, and I would completely agree with that. That is fantastic. Although I still don't think it fixes the problem of accessing lower level items and stuff, which I think this does. And I think there really is a problem here with how the game is right now. And I think this is a step towards a solution. And, we can shoot down every idea that pops up. But guess what? If nothing's done, nothing's going to change, and the game's going to be gone. And that's what it comes down to. So we need to do something, and I think this is a cool idea. And I think if we can get enough positive feedback and new ideas brought up to it, which I have seen some of, unfortunately not as much as I would have liked to see, I think we can make this work. I think we can make it work. Now, one thing about this that I do like, and I discovered this about myself a while ago. I don't know how other people feel about it, but when you're working for something and you finally achieve that goal, this has to do with people worrying about there being no end goal. Personally, what I've realized, and you'd see this, and I have a series on my channel called My Never Ending Journey, and there's a reason I call it that, and it's because I never planned to complete it. And you know why? It's because I've realized that it's not the end goal that makes me happy. It's the journey getting there that I enjoy. It's the journey that keeps me going, not the end goal. It's all the work I put in. That's what I enjoy. That's when I'm having the fun. And that's what I'm going to keep doing, and I enjoy it. I don't know if I'll actually participate in this prestige system. I have my own goals in a separate area, but I think it's a cool idea. I like it. I think it needs some work, and I think as long as we can move past all the destructive criticism and move on to some constructive criticism, we can make this work, and it'll make the game better. Anyway, once again, I like feedback. You know where the comments are. They're down there somewhere. I like pointing into nothing. It's fun. So give me some feedback. Once again, tell me if I'm an idiot. Tell me if some of my ideas were good. Or just tell me that you enjoy these type of videos. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this very interesting concept. Talk to you guys later. Bye.